Hello, Internet. Might be a little interesting today. Looks like a new location. You might hear a little background noise. That's because it is raining. We got some rain outside today. We're gonna have rain outside all day. So, we are recording in my car on a piece of wood that I just happened to have in my car for no reason other than it was just a nice looking piece of wood, so I was gonna bring it home with me. But it works! So, we'll see how this works. Hopefully, it works. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Little King of the Sea pouch from Carver's Customs. What could possibly be hidden inside? Oh, that looks like a Quasar. Whoa! Almost dropped it. It's heavy. It's a Quasar, y'all. I believe they still call this the 514 Quasar. Excuse me, which is really kind of a fun little story. That's the anniversary of the, I believe it's month and date, May 5th, 14th. I don't know what year, for Raja and Lisa. So congratulations on your wedding anniversary, 9 days before my son was born. But let's take a look at the Quasar and tungsten here. Now, you guys know I'm kind of a fan of tungsten. Now let's just weigh this, get it out of the way. Can you see that? Yeah, you kind of can. I'm gonna have to hold this like this so it stays up. But look at that, 105, 106 grams. She's pretty heavy, and she's little. I don't have anything to compare it to, and I don't have my my ruler here, but she's a tiny little spinner. I mean, look at that, 3 of my fingers. So, it's a nice little guy. So they had this up on pre-order, boy, I want to say 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, maybe not even that long. But I was just blown away at the price. That's really the first thing we want to talk about. They were doing this. Now, this is tungsten, mind you, for $96, I think. Like, I haven't seen anything in tungsten. I think the cheapest tungsten thing I've seen is the binary fusion, actually, at the $200. The tungsten Turnian was $289. The triportal $325. The tri-fidget $300. So we're normally looking at big money spinners for these guys. So whatever they're doing, whatever Raja's doing, I know he likes to wheel and deal, and he likes to work through and find the deals and make things happen. So no exception here. Really was able to come through. They're also doing a Zentri Nano in tungsten, which I've pre-ordered, $129. So loving the tungsten prices out of these guys, and it's still really well machined. I mean, look what's going on in here. So I don't know what alloy of tungsten it is, but it's nice. Now, they don't have the cutouts in the trit slots. That would be really probably a pain to do. And for the most part, the finishing is really good. Some of the stuff in the end of these arms, I'm not sure what's going on or if that was intended. But we're in pretty good shape here. We got a hybrid ceramic in there. I believe it's their standard hybrid ceramic. It's definitely not their high velocity, which I'd be curious how a high velocity performs in here. But, yeah, pretty solid. So when I first got this guy, I should also say, before I start talking about the spin on this guy, since we're taking buttons on and off, this is my first experience with the Kong buttons, and I really like these buttons. Now, most of the Kong buttons I feel like I've seen are smooth. These have these little steps in there, and then they've got the a very generous little cutout for like a pen or a knife tip or something like that. But these feel a lot like the binary fusion grips, the bowls anyway, but they really grip well. Like the binary fusion ones can be a little slippery, and I have not found that to be the case at all. These are just super comfy, super cozy buttons. You just nestle right in there. You just nuzzle right in there. You get all cozy. So it's not a big, luxurious, roomy, place. It's just nice and comfortable and cozy. You just get tucked in. We dig it. So, yeah, so let's talk the spin on this guy. So when I first got it out of the box and I gave her a spin, it felt a little, it's somewhere between grindy and sandy, and almost lubed, but not really. But I could tell there was a little resistance in the bearing, but nothing too crazy. So that description probably makes it sound worse than it is. Gave her vertical spin, boom, 3 minutes and change, I'm not sure. Kind of was talking with, I believe it was Mark, got one of these as well. In fact, he got his faster than mine. Side note, I'm in Vermont, he's in Rhode Island. Mark somehow got his next day, where it took 2 days to get to me. So that's just really just that DHL International, the good DHL shipping, I forget what the two are called, just really doing its work. So anyway, so we cleaned out the bearing, talked to Mark, he cleaned out his bearing, and boom, threw a vertical spin on it. 11 minutes and 7 seconds, y'all. which I think it's the longest spin time I've seen it out there, and that's what it got. It's gone down a little bit since I've been spinning it, but I haven't cleaned it a second time. But still getting in the 9:30s to just over 10 minutes. And on the table spins, I was getting just over 6 minutes after cleaning it. Right now it's around 5.5. But again, I probably need to clean it out. So good little spin times, good little fidgeter. So with this weight, man, it's I dig it. So a couple things going on with how this fidgets. Like these, I don't know what the machining is going on here, because when you really look at it at a profile, right, it's flat, but it almost looks like it's, in some lights it looks like it bumps up, in other lights it looks like it bumps in. So I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if that was intended or just a byproduct of the machining, but really neat. So pulls like this, super comfortable. So I've never really spun a regular Quasar, so I can't really compare it to that, but really comfortable. Flicking, especially with this second finger, so skipping, so doing the old 1-3 P, 1-3 F. Really nice, really comfortable. I personally have found a bit of a hot spot issue with these corners, and I think it just has to do with the weight. Like, they don't feel that sharp. I've actually felt corners that seem like they would be a lot worse that aren't hot spots, where this feels like it's less and is a bit of a hot spot for me. So again, I think it just has to do with the weight and the mass and the momentum. And I get a little bit of a hot spot. I'm not sure which corner it is up here, if it's this little point here or if it's this one in here, but reaching out with my finger, I wouldn't call that maybe quite so much as a hot spot, but it's a little uncomfortable with some of the hard flicking. Because I like to do, especially with tungsten, really heavy flicks, really fast preloaded flicks, get some spin up there. And for the most part, it's very comfortable on this edge. It almost feels rounded, even though, again, we looked at it, it is not rounded. But feels really nice. So really good balance, especially too for tungsten, good balance. Tungsten's known to be, see, it's gonna make a liar out of me. Let me show you how I was testing the balance on this guy. With the bearing really cleaned, it can really swing pretty free. But watch where it stops. You see how close to, let me flip it this way because it'll be a little easier, I think, with the light. How close to flat and level it is. So there's just a little bit of extra weight in this arm. Again, tungsten really wants to throw its weight around, so if I lift it up like this, it won't swing nearly as bad. But if I put it up like this, it's going to want to swing a little bit more. And again, it's just kind of tungsten. It's a clean bearing. It's smooth. So when I'm holding it, the whole arm won't even face down, right? So our weight isn't really that bad. And tungsten has density pockets, so that's kind of, having it off a little bit is to be expected. But I don't really feel much wobble in my finger. See if I can hold my hand still. You're really just getting my finger shaking. There is a little wobble there, but that's making it look a lot worse than it is. So pretty smooth, but again, that's what we come to expect with tungsten. There's a little bit of imbalance, and that's just part of what it is and part of what we work with. So, but really digging this little guy, really appreciating this. So I'm probably gonna, definitely gonna give it a stone wash. I've actually picked up, you know, those little rock tumblers. I was trying to do my own at-home stone washing kit, and it just seemed like to be too much of a pain in the ass and very loud, and we're going to give the rock tumbler a try. The rock tumbler was 30 bucks. I actually picked up some ceramic media as well, because if you're going to do it, let's do it right. So spent about 80 bucks to get some ceramic media and what looked to be a decent tumbler. I'm not going to be doing it for days and days and days and weeks and hours on end, so it shouldn't be an issue where I need something super industrial or anything. So we're hoping that'll do the trick, but I think a stone wash this would be nice. Might be just enough to take some of this out. So despite how hard tungsten is, stone and ceramic is tougher at the end of the day, so we should be able to put a stone wash finish in this. I think will look beautiful on this guy. So Tungsten Quasar, can't beat it for the price. Best tungsten deals going out there, y'all. So if you're looking for some tungsten, keep a lookout. They also did a Dama Steel, Zentri Nano for like $199, so like they've really got the best prices on those exotics out there. So I would love to see them be successful with this and keep doing it, because if we can get the exotics at affordable prices, that's the biggest thing with exotics, is they're expensive and pricey. So yeah, and he also had this delivered on my birthday, so thanks a lot, Raj. I really appreciate that. Kisses, that's very nice of you. So yeah, hopefully the rain noise wasn't too bad, and I figured I'd say this to the end. I didn't really want to open with it, but yeah, no joke, here we are, sitting in my car. It's raining. All right, internet. That's where we're gonna leave it. Tungsten Quasar gets the old thumbs up, gets the approval. Oh, the hangnails are in bad shape. I'm sorry, y'all. Should have clipped them. Too late for that now. Kisses, y'all.